All right, we're over here at SWRNC Ranch in Dallas, Texas, DIY Auto School. Hope everybody can hear me out there. We just got back after a long 2.5 weeks of being in Moab, Utah, and it was a very long, extreme trip. What we're looking at over here. Okay, we got our buddy Moreland. How you doing, Moreland? What we're looking at is a website. Send for Matt. How you doing? If I don't say everybody's name out there, I got a lot of talking to do here, and I want to go ahead and update everybody why I haven't been uploading videos, because I've been in Moab, Utah working. So anyway, what we got here is a website. This website is a website of this company right here, Quality Carports. Now, they're located in Utah, and the main reason I went up to Utah, up to Moab at this time, is to get my paint booth building that I was supposed to get from these people. And I went ahead and I put a deposit down on that building. And I also went ahead and actually put 2 deposits down on that building. I put 2 deposits down, and they were supposed to deliver that building on the 9th, so we went out there on the week before the 9th. Yeah, hey, Ranger Izzy, how you doing, buddy? So we went out there like 3 or 4 days before the 9th. They called me on Thursday. They said, okay, we're not going to be there on the 9th. We're going to be there on Friday the 13th. Well, we weren't even planning on staying that long, so we went ahead and agreed to do that. We're going to come back to this in a minute. Yeah, I left the deposit in the bathroom. Yeah, that was really funny there, buddy. Okay, so anyway, we're going to come back. That's the reason we went out there. But now that we know that, let's go over here. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to give you kind of a pictorial view of what was going on. When we first got to Moab, we noticed that our filter, I went ahead and turned my water off when I left last time, and I left the filter in the water. I left the water and the filter together. That's a mistake. Don't ever do that. There was so much mold and slime inside that filter casing there. And then, of course, Minnie left the filters at the shop here in Dallas, so we didn't have a filter to put back in there. But, yeah, that was the first thing we did when we got there. We took that off and cleaned all that out, got our water on, turned our electricity back on. And then we started hanging sheetrock. Sheetrock was a big thing. You can see in the picture here how high the ceiling is. We got 16-foot ceilings. We went ahead and got all the sheetrock hung up. And, yeah, a lot of windows being cut out. Here's Minnie, the body shop girl, screwing the sheetrock in, getting ready to hang more sheetrock. Sheetrock was a very big situation over there, especially for me and Minnie, the body shop girl. She was a real trooper. We want to give Minnie a big hand. She did a lot of screwing over there. That was her favorite tool right there, whether it was hanging wood, hanging sheetrock, or hanging OSB board. That screw gun was a lifesaver for Minnie, the body shop girl. And here's our scaffolding, still hanging sheetrock. You can see here's the ceiling that we put in out of the old Texas tin. Now, remember, we already did all the electrical and all the plumbing and everything else. This is the wall right here. We put all this OSB board on this wall because this is going to be our log cabin wall. Now, a lot of guys were saying, log is nice, log wood's nice. But we decided to go up and down on it instead of sideways. And we're going to get to some pictures here. Okay, there's the sheetrock. Minnie, the body shop girl, just got done putting the last screw in the sheetrock. You can see I was the cutter and the hanger, and she was the screw girl. So she did a lot of sheetrock screws went in that. I taught her good. She did a good job. And then there's another picture of all the sheetrock. Go back through the picture. Okay, back to our log wall. Now, this is the door that goes into the office into the shop from the office. So if you were outside and this building that we're in right here wasn't here, this would be the outside wall. All right, so kind of visualize, this is the outside wall of the shop. And you can see where we have put up the 2x6 trim that goes around it all the way around the floor here. You can see that. Let's go ahead and keep going. Oh, there we go. We worked our asses off, so we thought we'd have a little fun at night. And we were eating a bag of Lay's potato chips. And since we were happy at being there, you know, we decided we'd go ahead and be happy and gay and have a lot of fun. What type of bulbs do you use for your paint booth? I use neon fluorescent bulbs. Okay. I was up until 12 o'clock that night, sheetrock, tape and bedding all the sheetrock. Now, if you look over here in the corner, you can see we've already started to hang the log wall, but this is pictures now. I tape and bedded everything. It took me 5 hours, 5.5 hours to tape and bed the whole office. This is like 12 o'clock at night. This is midnight when I got done. So, yeah, a lot of tape and bedding going on. And then, of course, here's the slab that we had poured. I'm not happy with that slab. The guy poured the slab okay, but look what he did here. This is 3 months later after he pours the slab. He decides he's going to leave his forms here. He was supposed to haul all this wood off. He didn't do that. There was cement and slop all up on my building, which is still there. He didn't clean that off, so we're not going to give the concrete guy a good name out there. He did a shitty job, and I'm not happy. But look over here. Let me explain the situation here. Here's some dirt that we're having hauled in. And the reason that dirt's being hauled in is because they're actually putting our sewage, city sewage and water in. And I got out there just at the right time, and you're going to see more pictures of that. These guys, and I'm talking about the people here that had put in my the sewage and everything, these guys saved me close to $15,000, and you're going to see why here in a minute. So remember that dirt. And then here's Minnie the Body Shop girl. She switched from screw guns to nail guns. And there's the beginning of our wall. And it looks awesome. Looks awesome. Minnie's really proud of the work she did. Minnie said, go outside, Pete. You got to see the clouds over the LaSalle Mountains. So I went outside. And this was the original picture that I took with my iPhone right after a big rainstorm. And it was just beautiful. So I snapped that picture. And if you look back here, here's the LaSalle Mountains. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. Take a good look at that picture. My little dog's giving me problems here, and I need to put him away. I got to finish this business. Stay right here. Right here. Okay, my little buddy Axel, he's so excited that he keeps jumping up on me. So this is my shop. Now, this is about 7 o'clock at night. I don't know. Yeah, 7:45. And look at how beautiful it is in Moab. Okay? You can see here's the door open in my shop. There's a lot of wood sitting there. And I'm going to tell you what that wood's for in a minute. You're going to actually see it. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful scenery. It rained. Now, I want you to look. I was telling you about dirt. Now, look where Minnie's Jeep is parked right here. And look how the ground is like down. Okay, so here's the road right here. And then here's my property. So everything flows down into my property. So I'm going to tell you why these guys saved me thousands of dollars. And then there's another picture, beautiful picture of the rainstorm that was going on up in the mountains. You can see the views we got, beautiful views. And then this here is the next morning. This is actually the next morning after the rainstorm. And you can see where they're starting to bring the dirt in over here. There's a big giant pile there. They already brought a bunch over here. But look how beautiful that is. Yeah, the next morning after the storm. Great action going on. There's another picture. Look at how the sun's coming through the clouds here, and it's just beautiful. Let's keep moving down the line here. You can see the dirt work they were doing on the road, not nice and clean. They were getting everything leveled out. And they got over to my property and they said, you know what, Pete, your property's really sitting low and we want to help you out. So they started bringing in all this dirt, and they actually gave all this dirt to me for free, and you're going to see that. This is just the beginning of it right here. They actually put 10 loads of dirt right here, and then they went ahead and excavated that for me for free. And then they put another 6 or 7 loads here and started leveling that out. Now, they left that alone. I told them, don't worry about that, just leave it alone. But as you can see, I mean, anybody out there that knows dirt knows that it costs a lot of money for dirt and for dirt work. So keep this in mind here. We're going to keep moving on with the little photo shoot we got here. There's our log wall finished. Now, I want you to visualize this wall, and I want you to think that this is the outside wall of the shop. So the way that we built this wall, this is called a double header here. And then this would be, if you notice it doesn't go through this corner here, is because this is where possibly a fireplace would be or a smokestack. And then this is the door going into my friend Pete's world. So we would say that this is actually kind of like an old fort wall. This would be the outside of a fort, an old cowboy and Indians fort. And then this would be the doorway into, yeah, you got it, DIY Auto School, SWRNC. You know, kind of just something to knick-knack around with and play. This is called, we went hiking while we were up there, and this is after the rainstorm. And the water here is usually crystal clear, but it rained so hard on the mountains that it brought all the mud down from the mountain. But this is a special place. It's called, what's this place called, Minnie? The Powerhouse. It's a place in Moab where a lot of people go swimming. And if you look over here at these rocks over here in this area right here, this is where you would jump off the cliffs and go down into the water here. And that water is like, where the water's hitting is like 30 or 40 feet deep. And it's usually not this rough. It's usually just a nice flowing crystal clear waterfall and then a nice pool of water. Beautiful place. If you ever go to Moab, make sure you hit it. And then here's where the water comes out, and then it goes down into this natural, I guess, slide, you would say. There's a bunch of rocks there, and you slide all the way down. So we went hiking and had a good time and, you know, took a day off. Now, this is where we're starting our wainscoting, and we're using aspen wood. We're using aspen wood on this. And I decided to go ahead, since I had a bunch of tin left over from the ceiling, I decided to incorporate that into the window section of the wall. And you can see there's Minnie the Body Shop girl with her nail guns, and she's putting in the last board on the aspen wood. That's aspen, what do they call that, ship plank? Shiplap wood. And there she is, happy with the job she's done. You can see how it matches the log wall. And then I think I have a picture of the finished corner, if I can, there it is. So you can see how beautiful the shop's going to be and all the work that we, shiplap siding, there you go. And you can see how beautiful it is. Now we've actually gone all the way around this corner here, and then we stopped because we had another big job that we had to do. And here's some more dirt that they brought in. I'll go ahead and tell you how many loads. They brought 37 loads of dirt into my property. I want you to calculate that up at $200 a load, and that's how much money they saved me just on dirt. All right, look at what we got here. Here's more dirt. All right. I found out from neighborhood neighbors that my property, in the middle of my property, there was a river that ran through my property, and that's why it sits lower than all the other properties. No, I'm not rich, Kevin Pence, okay? I am not rich 1 second at all. You can see where they started leveling that out for me, and then like I said, I told them to stop. They gave me 37 loads of dirt, though, which saved me tons of cash and also did a lot of the dirt work. Look how nice that looks now. look how clean. And they fixed my, I want to show you this. They fixed my, what do we call that? The flow, or the washout flow. They fixed that. Instead of coming into my building and piling up, it now goes away and then down the road like it's supposed to. That took like 12 loads of dirt to do that. Graded, yeah, great. Slope, there you go. All right, I appreciate all that, you guys. Yeah, they made a nice slope where it all flows evenly, and did an awesome job. And didn't charge me a dime. These guys out there didn't charge me a nickel for this. And here's the big job of the week that we did. Me and Minnie the Body Shop Girl built a 50-foot wall, 12 feet tall. It was actually 12 foot, 6 inches tall. And we did it by ourselves. And as you notice, we did a section at a time here, because when you're building a freestanding wall, you can't put all the studs up and the header up. You got to basically build it in sections. So we've actually built this in 2 or 3 or 4 sections, and here's where my door is right here. And then what we did, we went ahead and put the first set of OSB board, and that's what's holding all that up. Very big job. Here it is as we're moving down the line. That's the last section, I believe. And then there's another shot of that beautiful aspen wainscoting. And then here we go. This is the wall. This took 3 days to build. And if you look back in the corner, there's Minnie the Body Shop Girl again, working hard, using that screw gun like she's a professional. So while we were out there, I want to go ahead and tell you about this picture. And this was just a couple days ago. This was on Thursday, the day that we were packing up, because we left on Friday. Our buddy Colorado Bob decided to drive on down and show Randy, Fruit of Colorado guy Randy. He's the guy that's over here. Very nice guy, Randy the hot rodder. He basically does the same work I do, except he only does mechanic work and electrical work. He doesn't get into the paint and body fabricating area. But here's old Colorado Bob, and me and Colorado Bob had a falling out. I hate to say it, but we did. And he was driving down my road to show Randy the shop, and then there's some other guy back here. If you look over Bob's head, he wouldn't even get off the bike and say hi, but Randy and his wife did. But Bob drove down our road. He didn't know we were here, and I walked outside, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. I didn't know you were here." So we got Bob off the bike and Randy in. We went in the shop, and we looked around and had a good time for about 15 minutes. And then on the way back, we went over to my buddy Mexican Paul's house last night. And I want everybody to take a good look at these little figures. This little 5th grade girl is an artist, prodigy artist. I want you to take a good look at little Christmas Santa Claus here, Mrs. Claus. And then look at all these little characters that she makes. And look how big her hand is. That's going to tell you how big those are. She is a prodigy artist. She can make anything out of Play-Doh, and it will look exactly like whatever picture you show her. And she can do it in like 3 or 5 minutes. Now, here's her lovely mom, Amy. This is Paul's wife. And look how little the characters are in their hands. All right, there's Mrs. Claus. And she is like a prodigy sculptor. It is amazing what she makes just by looking at a picture and saying, okay, hang on a minute. Yes, she's a sculptor artist. It's amazing. And then once we got done, everything's back to normal. Here we are at SWRNC. Back to the ranch. Back to the prison yard. Back to the prison cell to get back to work, to finish the jobs off that we need to finish. And one of them is this GTO right here. This is actually the GTO that we started with. This is the Le Mans in the back that I purchased, the body. You can see it's already been converted. I got to do a little bit of body work over in the back there. Then this car's ready to be primed and painted. And then we got to do the front end parts, and we're done. So That was our journey to Moab. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. That's what I meant to do right there. That was our journey to Moab. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this paint booth / storage room. I'm going to go ahead and drop that down. And I'm going to tell you the story. We went out there to get our building, and I actually got pictures of it on my hard drive. Let me go ahead and pull those up. And I'm going to show you that. Let's see if we can find them. Okay, here they are. Now, this is just a rendering of a picture, so I want everybody to kind of visualize. There's a car, and then that's the building that I'm converting into a paint booth. So we go out there to get this building. They call me on the phone, and they rescheduled not one time, but twice. We end up staying out there 2 weeks. They already got all of the credit card information. All they got to do is drop it off and pay for it. They made me wait out there 2 weeks on them, on my dollar, not theirs, because we had plans for them to be there on a certain day, and I told them I was traveling all the way from Dallas. And they finally come out after all this haggling and squaggling and hollering and screaming and everything else. And the guy gets out of the truck, and he says, I need a certified cashier's check from your bank before we unload this building. Now, let me tell you the situation on this building over at Quality Carports. And if you're in the market to buy a building, do not buy one from them. They are the worst company I've ever dealt with. They had all our information for our carport. They knew we were traveling 2,000 miles. They knew that they were bringing it to my shop, that I was waiting for them. The agreement in the contract on these buildings is you don't pay nothing until the building is up and you can inspect the building. Once the building is inspected and done, they will charge your credit card or you pay them cash or however you're going to pay them. They pull up to my shop on my concrete slab, and they said, we're not unloading anything until we get a cashier's certified check from your bank. Once we get that, then we'll start building it. I was so furious and so pissed off because I traveled 2,000 miles. I waited 2.5 weeks for these clown acts, and they fucked me around in the ass, telling me we want cash money or fuck off. I told them, pack your shit, get the fuck out of here, and go down the road. Now, you might say that we went out there for nothing, but we actually went out there for something. And the reason is because we got a lot of stuff done out there. And the best thing of the whole deal, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Let me go ahead and pull those pictures back up. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the best deal of the whole situation was. There's a picture of Minnie as we're on a little driving trip. But I'm going to tell you what the best deal of the whole situation was. I'm going to show you right here. Let's get to that picture. Bam, bam, bam. Is that situation right there. All that dirt that those guys delivered and all the excavating done that they did for me for free probably saved me close to $18,000. I showed up just at the right time because they put brand new sewage and water in, and they had to get rid of all the extra dirt somehow. And I just happened to be there to get the overload, and you can see all the dirt. I just happened to be there, like 37 loads. So anyway, this is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Just getting back from Moab. We'll be posting all them videos as soon as we can on the situation. And I want to thank everybody for having patience, waiting for my friend Pete to get back so we can get those videos loaded, so we can see what the real action is and what's really going on in the world of SWRNC DIY Auto School. Right there, you're looking at it. I want to thank everybody for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I need subscribers. Make sure you hit that little bell button. Get your notifications in. Shake a hand, make a friend. I love every one of you. I want to go ahead and tell everybody I am not a celebrity. Okay? I don't want anybody to think that I am some celebrity guy trying to be famous. I am a guy out here making my videos to help you out. That's what I am. I run into people all the time throughout all my travels that know me from watching my videos and shake my hand and thank me for making my videos. And that's what I'm here for, to make my videos to help you. And to also show you that if you want something in life, you fucking grab it, you take it, and you do it. You understand what I'm saying? We're moving to Moab not because of that ass clown that left that comment that said, you must be rich. I'm not fucking rich. It's because we set our minds to doing something, and we're going to fucking finish what we do. Okay? That's what it's all about. And that's what I try to tell everybody to do. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, the hands talking. And we're saying thank you. Shake a hand, make a friend. And we'll see you in a couple days with a bunch of brand new videos coming up on SWRNC DIY Auto School. Do we need to get Minnie over here to say hi? Okay, she doesn't want to. She's dog-ass tired. I'm dog-ass tired. We got to go. Take it easy. And always remember, if you want something, you got to fucking get it. It's up to you to get it. Nobody else. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you later.